Air It Out gives these young athletes the chance to be the best football players and the best people they can be. As someone who was born and raised just about 5 minutes or so north of the Bronx and grew up a Yankee fan, I'm excited to tell you that there are plans underway to turn Yankee Stadium into a mass vaccination site. Every Tuesday, Ethan comes to Hale's Baseball Academy to get ready for that big All-Star game he's got in November. Competing in a single Olympic event is a major accomplishment, but Tanner, he's competing in both the 100 and the 400 meter races, so as you can imagine, his workout routine is kind of crazy right now. Contestants from all over the world gathered at MCU Park in Brooklyn, New York for the annual Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Using these spring practices to find that sense of normalcy is even more important to Coach Fullen because of his battle with colon cancer last season. Coach, first win of the season, huge win for the program. What does it mean to get this one? The Buccaneers versus the Chiefs, Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes. This quarterback matchup might very well be the best we've ever seen in the Super Bowl era. Hawley controls their own destiny tonight because if they win district for the 4th consecutive year. Jim Ned and University of Texas alum Colt McCoy is expected to start at quarterback for the Giants against the Browns tomorrow night. 4.2 on the clock, Bama down 3. Alex Reese lets it go, and he drills it, sending the game into overtime. What an unbelievable shot right there. Now, in overtime, it was all UCLA. And do you remember when Tom Cruise said, "Show me the money"? Well, there it is. Jamie Jaquez Jr. with the dagger, and that's all she wrote. UCLA, the 11 seed, pulls off the upset. We go to the bottom of the second. Citlali Gutierrez absolutely destroys this ball. It is back, gone for the solo home run to right field. Now it's 2-1. We go to the top of the 6th. After a lightning delay, Stanford down 4-2. Crawford throws a wild pitch here, and 1 run comes home to score for Stanford. Now it's 4-3. We go to the same inning. Runner on 2nd and 3rd. Laramie Terrell pops it up, and the third baseman drops it. 2 runs come home to score on the play, giving the Lady Bulldogs their first lead of the game. The Stanford Lady Bulldogs pull off the comeback to win state 5-4. Rangers down 5, runners on 1st and 2nd. Jason Martin singles into right field. A run comes home to score, keeping the Rangers alive. It's 5-1. Next batter. Runners on the corners for Isaiah Kiner Falefa. He grounds it to short, and there's no one there because of the shift. Another run comes home to score. Now it's 5-2. Kenley Jensen comes in for the Dodgers. He's their big closer, and on his first pitch, Willie Calhoun rips it into right field. Another run comes home to score. Now it's 5-3. Could the Rangers do it? 2 outs, bases loaded for Nick Solak. He's trying to play the hero, and he grounds out to second base to end the game. The Rangers fall just short as they lose to the Dodgers 5-3. Later on in the first, Bangs Ethan Cortez scrambles, airs it out deep downfield, and he finds Darian Carr, who comes down with the contested catch. He's from Sweetwater. There was no score at the end of the first. We go to the second. You know this guy, Noah Garcia. He gets the long run, gets out of bounds, and gets the blue team into the red zone. Joey Gallo hits this one to the moon. It doesn't look like it's coming down anytime soon, but it does. It lands beyond the fence for his 11th home run in the last 12 games. Hickoff putting for birdie with a long putt here through the shade. It looks good, but it just trims out, and he has to settle for par. He can't believe it, and I can't believe it either. After years of hard work, dedication, and a little bit of elbow grease, Hardin-Simmons University grad assistant Tanner Wright has qualified for the Paralympics in Tokyo.
The very first thing I just had was just relief because this is the biggest thing that we're supposed to work up to.
When he was young, Tanner was diagnosed with arthrogryposis, which severely limited the growth of his left arm.
What is on my left side of my body, this should also be on my right side. Worst case scenario, this should be what every single one of my limbs should look like. As far as I know, I'm one of the only people in medical recorded history to only have this disability in one limb.
Tanner says he would not be where he is today without the love and support of his family, who've allowed him to be himself while competing, despite the odds being stacked against him.
I'm extremely grateful just to have a great family on my side, especially my mom, who's very emotional towards any little thing I do.
Tanner actually has taught me more as my son than I could ever teach him as a mom. Witnessing the determination, the perseverance that he has gone through and demonstrated for years and years, it's just amazing.
Competing in a single Olympic event is a major accomplishment, but Tanner, he's competing in both the 100 and the 400 meter races, so as you can imagine, his workout routine is kind of crazy right now.
Tanner's probably the hardest working athlete I've ever met. He's always here, he has his own schedule, and he's early to his own stuff.
Which takes a level of discipline that a lot of people don't understand, so that's not just nutrition, that's literally sleep. You have to drink enough water. It's all of these things that it takes to make a good athlete.
While he's in Tokyo, Tanner will have the opportunity to inspire and impact the lives of people all around the world by showing them that dreams really do come true regardless of the cards you're dealt.
That's honestly the reason why I even do track in the first place. It's just to set an example.
He wants to show anybody, able-bodied or not able-bodied at any age, that you put in the work, you put in the effort, the discipline, and you can get to your goals.
For BigCountryHomepage.com Sports, I'm Dan Booth. Even though Ethan Eder has Down syndrome, he doesn't let that stop him from playing America's favorite pastime. Ethan's love for sports has helped him travel all over the country, and due to his skills at the plate, this fall he's playing in the Miracle League All-Star Game in Houston.
Everyone can play baseball, whether you're in a wheelchair or a walker. Ethan made some of his best friends at Miracle League. You can go and feel safe and at home, and the person beside you knows exactly what you're going through every single day.
Ethan's got some serious pop in his bat, and according to his family, that comes from the drive to be better than his older brother, who's a hitting instructor at Hales Baseball Academy. Ethan's been playing since he was 5 years old, and when I asked him if baseball was his favorite sport, he said,
"Nah, basketball."
He's definitely a way better hitter than I ever was, but I think, me being older kind of was like, him being the little one was like, dude, I want to be better than him.
Every Tuesday, Ethan comes to Hales Baseball Academy to get ready for that big All-Star game he's got in November.
It's a joy to be able to do it and work with him, and I see him improving every time he comes. He wants to be good. He wants to get ready for this All-Star game. He puts the effort in. He's going to be ready, and there's no doubt.
We can continue with our love of baseball by having a place where he can go and feel safe and feel included. Sometimes that's hard to find as a special needs mom, and we found it here.
Owner of Hales Baseball Academy, Tyler Hale, says Ethan is an inspiration to everyone at his facility, and he thinks a lot of people can learn from Ethan and the joy he gets when he steps in the batter's box.
It's bigger than baseball. When you have special needs playing the game of baseball, which so many of us love, it's just like an added bonus that he gets to enjoy the game a little bit longer than most of us.
God has blessed him abundantly in certain ways to where he can still play the game. And so I always teach my kids, God doesn't love baseball, God loves people who play baseball. And that's Ethan.
For BigCountryHomepage.com Sports, I'm Dan Booth.